This video is made for adult collectors because there's a whole 2 unboxings in here because random package showed up in the middle of filming. All right, let's bust it open. Opening these universe boxes is just a pain in the ass because there's so much tape. They're tied in so many places. This is gonna be a slight nightmare. All right, let's get this. No, did I cut all the tape? No, I didn't. I missed a spot. Of course I missed a spot. There we go. Now I've cut all the tape. There he is, and the instructions. Ooh, and the catalog. With I recognize that. Where's mine? Here it is. Yeah. It's the same catalog you get all the time. It's nothing special. Instructions, I don't need those, but I'll keep them anyways. All right, let's get bro out of the box. And the only cutters I have are my God hands, and I'm not using them on metal ties, so we're just gonna have to undo it back here. Vector should be free now. Get him out. Ah, come on. Okay, there he is. God, I forgot how big this toy is. Good Lord, it's huge. Okay, now we gotta, oh, and the freaking mini-cons tied in the plastic, which is back here. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Okay. There we go. Okay, let's pop the planet key out. There's so little space I can't untwist the twist tie. Mini-con. Yay. Now I can actually start writing about this. There are 2 brown Vector Primes, one that is entirely brown and one that is black and brown. This one. Honestly, I kind of prefer the breakup of this deco more over the other brown one they made, but they both still look neat. This is Vector Prime from the Universe line, and he is old, both physically and in universe. I don't know, something about this deco screams old and rusty, like you need a lot more than WD-40 just to get that off. The new Vector Prime coming out is mostly based off the other brown deco, but you can see some influence of this one creeping in, especially in the wings and some of that black. He's always been such a neat design to me, the way the wings sort of form a pseudo cape and all the clockwork and ancient scaffolding he's got going on. The black and silver and brown go kind of hard together. It's not a color scheme I'd think that would work, but it does here. But what doesn't work for me is this blue. I think it just looks hella out of place, and it's on the hip ratchets for some reason, as well as the shoulder ratchets. It's like the blue pins on a Bionicle set. I desperately need a new one of these. These are starting to yellow. Everything's cracked. Like, this hand is so loose because it's cracked in multiple areas, and this is an older socket too because I had to replace the other one because it already shattered. These are yellowing. Oh boy, I need a new Takanuva. It sticks out like a sore thumb and isn't a shade I would expect to go with these colors, and guess what? It doesn't. There are no electronics in this version. They removed that for some reason, so the cyber key doesn't actually do anything, but it's a nice looking cyber key. I love it with that orange and the gold bits underneath that. He does also come with brown safeguard. He looks neat and all, and turns into a weird ship looking thing that can also be mounted on his arm for an arm cannon. Kind of odd that the mini compact we're getting now doesn't come with a modern safeguard, but maybe the next mini compact they do, they'll put both of them in there. He also comes with a sword that sheathes into his massive backpack, but it's a cool looking sword, and there's also a missile, but he can't really use it in this mode. He just fires it at the floor like he's farting. I really like how massive his head sculpt is. Again, it feels very ancient and old and crusty and rusty, like a bicycle you'd find in a creek or something. On this copy, I assume it has to do with the mold being used a fair amount, but the shoulder pads like to pop out of their sockets every once in a while, but not like they fall off. They just come loose from one side, and it's a wee bit annoying. Another thing that's a wee bit annoying, but more so just to do with when this came out, is that the new one has more articulation. This one is not very dynamic. The head can rotate. That's it. The shoulders can rotate on a nice clicky ratchet and do a full 360, but then they ratchet in and out very mushy and strange. He has ratcheted elbows that bend just shy of 90 degrees, no bicep swivel, but forearm swivel, and then nothing at the wrist. There is no waist joint, probably because of the electronics that used to be in there. Hip skirts can go out to allow for the hips to go all the way forward, somewhat back, and then in and out on nice ratchets. He does have an above the knee rotation, a single jointed ratcheted 90 degrees, and then nothing at the feet. Oh, and the wings could move around a little bit if you want. It's okay articulation for the time, but now with severely lacking. And if you want a vector that is super dynamic, you'd get the new one. Being a Cybertron toy though, he is quite easy to get into his alt mode. And this thing doesn't exactly do anything unique and interesting, so it's very, very quick. So neither of these two are particularly complicated because back in this era, it was massive chunks moving around and that was it. You didn't get a lot of the like intricate little panely things that we do now, which, you know, a lot of people do prefer this over that, and that's completely fine. I honestly kind of prefer this a little bit more, but this is still pretty fun. So first we'll do safeguard. You want to flip the nose cone around, fold the feet down, and then just bring the legs up and they'll tab into the back. And that's the spaceship of safeguard done. Hooray! All right, so the rest of Vector Prime, very simple. You just straighten out the arms, pull these sections down, fold the shoulder pads down, and just leave the arms out like this just to get them out of the way. Rotate the head 180 degrees and bring the whole nose cone up, and it will clip into place. If you don't rotate the head, it's kind of funny because it's the top of the spaceship and he's just like, hello. But no, we're gonna get rid of that. Bring that up. The sword doesn't like staying in place a lot on mine. It sort of just like wiggles its way out. Also, it's on the floor now. One thing to note when getting it in the hands, the handle is a soft material because the whole sword is like a soft plastic so you don't kill someone with it. But it doesn't like staying in the hand, nor does it like going in the hand very well. That's as far as it'll go on my copy, into the hand, and it just comes out. Also, I don't know if you can hear that, but something's rattling in here and I don't know what it is. And there is no electronics in this one. I even did my research. They took it out. So like, I don't know what's making that noise. But once you do that, you stretch the wings out. And then fold the feet down. Now, they're supposed to peg in here and here. One of my feet pegs in and the other one just does not. I don't know why. But you bring this around and you get them pegged into place. And then this one will just sit there because it won't peg in. Then you take the arms, you plug them into the sides like that. Then I like to bring the wings back by a click just to get them back here. I think that looks neat. And then you open them. So this side opens up and then this side doesn't open up very well. That's as far as it'll go. This panel will not move any further than that. And I don't know why, but there you have him in spaceship. Well, hang on. Where'd I put safeguard? I lost it. Oh, here it is. You peg safeguard into the top and then the cyber key can go in the back here. And everything stores nicely on the vehicle. I like that. That is an ancient alien spaceship, and yeah, that looks cool. Bum wing aside, I am a huge fan of how this alt mode looks in all black. It's super simple, but the way the whole toy changes from being equal parts brown and black to mostly black is very cool. Safeguard does fill in that ugly gap at the top, and now you can take advantage of the missile firing gimmick, which has some power to it after all these years. Damn, this thing's 18 years old now. It's old enough to drink in Quebec. Ooh, a box was just delivered at my mailbox. I'm gonna go get it. All right, get out of the way. Get out of the way. Package. Box. I don't know where my knife went, so we're using this Star Saber to open this. Actually, I don't want to break this. This was a gift from someone. Where's my knife gone? I do have a screwdriver. We'll use that instead. I know what's in here. This is from Robot Kingdom. And I've opened it upside down. Big plate of styrofoam. Whoa. What is this? What'd they send this for? Okay, that's cool. It's a little folder. I like that. And then, yeah, there they are. Oh, all this packaging. Yeah, I'm so excited for these. I am so excited for these. I like how the alt mode goes from streamlined to pointy from the front to the back, and all that gearing sculpted into the nose section. They really went all out with the whole he's old and runs on clockwork thing, and I'm here for it. He's big too, like modern leader big. It's a neat figure, and if you want a big Vector Prime, then yeah, this is a pretty good pickup. But if you want something that fits more with the rest of the primes and more articulated, obviously you're better off with the new one. Hopefully the brown version fixes a lot of the loose joint tolerance issues I know a lot of people had. Mine was fine, but I have friends who've had like bum knees, bum elbows, bum shoulders on their Vectors, so hopefully the new one fixes that. But that's been my look at brown and black Vector Prime. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.